Welcome adventurers to another video from the Steve Adventure Academy, and today we're going to be talking about the Axil XCOR Pro earphones that we are currently wearing out here in the wilds of Albert County in pursuit of the easternized coyote. We're blowing up the last 5 minutes of our hunt in an effort to try and bring you the video about the things that they don't tell you. And so, things they don't tell you. Well, these are a great little item. We really enjoy using them out here in the bush. We had them out for the range day the other day, and one of the things that their website seems to indicate is that the battery life, if you're using Bluetooth and the hearing enhancement, is about 3 hours. 1, 2, 3. We used them continuously for 3 hours on just a few days ago at the range, and when we got home and pulled down on the sys tray on an Android device, looking at what the battery might be at, it said 100%. And so I don't know how long the batteries actually last on these, because the hunts for the easternized coyote take place in the wee hours before work, and so 3 hours of total use would still be of wondrous utility, but I'm assuming that we're going to get a lot more than that. Also, the case offers multiple recharge cycles, and so that kind of keeps you things rolling. The other thing that they don't seem to be real clear about, which I wish I'd spent a little bit more time on because it would have made the purchase easier for us here at the Adventure Academy, is that they make extra large, large, medium, small, and now extra small earbud, the foamies. What's good about that for us here at the Adventure Academy is, according to our doctor, we have the sinuses and ear canals of a 12-year-old girl, which means that even the small buds were a little bit on the large size as we've been testing. So the extra small are really nice. They're only $3 a pair on the website, so consider ordering some extras when you order your device, because your device is carrying free shipping, but when you order the niblets, they won't make the minimum threshold and you'll pay the shipping. That's a pro tip. We didn't do that with our previous pair of Axil hearing protection with the wires. These ones do have, frankly, great audio quality. They seem to be very useful. They are useful when you're watching movies with other people around in the room. If you want a little extra volume yourself, you can just pop them in. You may look a little goofy, but the hearing enhancement does work pretty well up to a certain point, of course, because then you're going to initiate the compression. The compression is very good. It's immediate, comes right back. The hearing enhancement, I don't know if the hearing enhancement level is quite as high as the wired version. The wired version claims 6 times. And I wonder if they aren't cutting off some of the other claims for the higher end version, the wireless, as part of a campaign of trying to keep the elevator speech suitable for an elevator. And what I mean by that is sometimes marketing will reduce all the jibber jabber about features in an effort to make it quick sell, keep the information on the website clean and clear. Something that I did receive an email about when I asked, but turned out to not be correct, is the niblets for the wired version do in fact fit snugly over the non-wired version. So what that means is that if you have niblets left over from the previous ones like I do, they will fit. I did try them. They do work. When you send an email and ask them if they fit, they're going to tell you they don't. Or at least that's what they told me. Now, maybe those things have all changed. Something I would say is that the ports, the audio port, so the audio to your ear ports, are slightly larger on the wireless version. And so the foamies do fit a little bit more snugly. Makes it a little harder to get on and off if you need to clean them, and you might need to. But they do fit. They do seem to work in the long term, insofar as it's been 2 months that I've been using these. And they fit good. They work good. The slightly larger niblet size does mean that the small that I was formerly using are a little bit tighter in my ear canals. These ones, if you're wondering about the mass of them, you do feel the weight of them initially, but as you can see, I've got the buff over top, and that kind of holds the ear a little bit against the head, and so keeps the headphones in place. I consider the buff to be a performance accessory for a variety of reasons. Hunting, if you cover up the deer signal, you're going to have much more success wearing the camo, although the orange that's mandated these days is not going to be helping, so pick your poison. What it does do, however, is it creates a space where in the event that you were to lose a headphone, it can only travel so far. You're not going to drop it overboard, off the boat, into the puddle, or off into the abyss of the eastern Canadian woodlands. Finally, I will say, and may not be finally, but I will say that I don't feel as though the hearing enhancement is quite as high as the wired version. I feel like the wired versions were much louder. However, it's quiet enough in this space that what I'm really measuring is the ambient noise. And so, perhaps, these are just better at filtering out the ambient noise, and the sound level may actually be the same. So the gain and the output may be the same device to device when you turn these all the way up. However, it's possible that just the sound of the wind in the trees is lower, and that may be giving me the false impression that they're not quite as loud. Having said that, they are not quite as loud. So the sounds that you do hear seem to be cleaner. Directionality is a little bit easier to ascertain between the wireless and the wireless being superior. And all of that means that yes, you spend the extra money, you get the extra zippity for your doodah, and in the Atlantic provinces, eastern Canadian woodlands, in pursuit of the easternized coyote, they do work very well. And so that's much ado about something. Other things they may not tell you. I don't think that there's much. Things that I might consider adding if I was XCOR is I might consider adding in future generations a little loop that would allow for a lanyard like I see on similar products from other people. However, I mean, if you're only competing with yourself, which may be their attitude, there wouldn't be any need. I don't need it because I'm always using the buff in a hunting environment or I'm at the range. But it might be nice to have the ability to put on a lightweight lanyard like the kind that you might put on your sunglasses when you're paddling in order to expand the usability or the perception of safety to the average user. I guess it wasn't finally. I'll add one more thing. Probably you're going to want to take them both out of the case at roughly the same time and have them pair up to each other as they're pairing up to your mobile device, and then turn the sound on. So I turn the sound off before I take them out. That way there's no opportunity for feedback. With the wired versions, I had forgotten to turn the sound enhancement off, and when I pulled the earphone out, they started to feedback almost immediately. What I'm also saying is that these will work as a single device, which is very cool. You can pair left to device A, right to device B. I'm not 100% sure. I know it's in the manual. I don't know why I would need to do that, but there have been use cases where I have taken out one of the pieces, put it in the left ear. It paired up to my phone fine. When I pulled the right one out, they weren't connected to each other. This one was looking for a different signal to pair to. And so it is a feature, but taking them both out of the charging box at the same time, allowing them to sync up for a minute, and then going through the pairing with your device. And then finally, once they're in place, using the sound enhancement is the way I would go. And so, that's much ado about something. And here we are. We did say finally. We've probably said it more than once. One take wonder. In the wilds of Albert County, anything can happen. Or today, we put the trail cam out because really not much was happening. But as we approach the vehicle and the road sounds increase, we're going to turn you loose and say that from all of us to all of you, if you're looking for hearing protection that offers the kind of enhancement that means that at a minimum you can maintain the level of hearing you had before, these actually add more than that. The Axil XCOR wireless with the Bluetooth added is really nice. And by the way, if you have questions about how well the Bluetooth sound is projected into your mobile device, you're listening to them right now. And so, in every way and on every day, especially from us today in the wilds of Albert County, we say stay sharp, and it's coming right for you.